Hello and welcome to the Rent Boys podcast. My name is Alex. I'm here to say we missed a bit of audio. So if you're new, like and subscribe to the podcast. If you are a classic fan, just like it. And I hope you enjoy this wonderful episode of the Rent Boys podcast. Apologies for our faulty equipment. Please send us money so we can buy new stuff. Have a good time. Enjoy. Not sold out Brighton Fringe show comedian. In the middle here is Dom Hattonwood's professional golfer. And over there, Ethan Smith.
Full-time G.
I love how my intros are getting less and less comedy related. You're like, here I am, great comedian, and then every time...
Yeah. Well, I can imagine he's trying to work on your strengths. So
I'm still doing...
You look like you're playing golf.
Well, I'm going to work
You're
at
not
a
Nate
golf...
Bargatze. You can't do comedy in golf gear at the same time.
Why not?
Because you haven't
I'm probably
earned
a
it.
better golfer than Nate Bargatze.
Whoa, okay.
shots fired,
Fuck
mate.
you.
That's a big
He's not
claim.
watching this, is he?
And a much...
God damn it, that Dom says he's a better golfer than
Much
me.
worse comedian, I imagine. But I don't imagine it's true, isn't it?
Okay, that was a good bit of wordsmithing.
Well, Seinfeld said they did the Netflix as a joke festival. It was him, Jim Gaffigan, Sebastian Maniscalco, and Nate Bargatze, and he said this is the best lineup I've ever been on. So quite the compliment.
yeah,
from
it
Mr.
is. Yeah.
Seinfeld.
And he said also, he's great at golf.
Yeah.
I don't know how good he is at golf.
Seinfeld's got a bit about golf. He doesn't like golf. He says, yes, get out, leave family. That's what golf is.
What a surprise.
Anyway,
Well, yeah, well,
Seinfeld doesn't like golf. Doesn't like anything, does he?
don't
he
like
just
airplane
likes
peanuts.
He hates airplane peanuts.
likes Pop-Tarts.
He does like Pop-Tarts.
Made a film about them.
Then the film was dog shit. And I hated it. I fell asleep. It's the first time I've fallen asleep in
Jerry,
a film
don't listen.
in
Jerry,
I don't
don't-
think
Jerry-
I like any of Jerry Flair's.
Jerry, don't listen to him, man. You're the king.
Okay.
Just not sucking it off.
I would.
Well, we're back again. It's we're recording a bit later in the week than we usually do. Dom's been away down in the West Country.
I was in the south in Somerset. So what's interesting, I think, is I went on Monday because I had a gig in Yeovil on Wednesday, which is my hometown.
Yeovil, the bumpkin hole.
I was closing that, and I was quite
Where his
nervous.
dad got stabbed,
It
if
sounds
anybody
like
remembers
where-
that.
It sounds like where hobbits are from.
They are.
It's
Well,
a magical place.
What was interesting is I was closing that gig, decent fee, and then I got asked to do it. So I was like, "Oh fuck, that's a big kind of like a step."
yeah,
up.
they found you, did they?
The guy messaged me. He books me a lot, but he messaged me to close. I was like, "Shit!" But it was loads of new acts, and then me at the end. That made more sense.
Oh yeah, that makes more sense.
Uh,
Everyone else was complete shit.
well, no, it was one of them was a pro act, just doing new stuff. So it was a new act, new material night, and I was closing it. But it was 140 quid, so it's still a decent
What are you
closing
telling
fee.
everybody of fees for on here?
They don't care.
I know.
What does
I
it
know,
matter?
You're right, they
business,
don't care.
You got
If you want to, if any of these people want to find out what comics get paid, go on Facebook Comedy Forum. You can find out easy. They'll let you in.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
it's not a lot.
yeah.
anyway,
It's
and then,
negligible.
but what was interesting was there was about 25 people there. I knew 6 of them. 2 of them being a guy I played golf with that day and his girlfriend. 2 of them being a girl that was actually the girl that was there when my dad got stabbed.
Oh wow, she was there.
She was there, and her husband, who I hadn't seen in ages, but she got free tickets. That's how much she wanted to be there. And my dad and his girlfriend, which is the first time I did the jokes. I've never done those jokes in front of them. I've done comedy in front of them, but it was in a big theatre. Couldn't see them, but they were just fucking there. And I was like, yeah, so my dad's a paedophile. And then looking
So
around,
you were doing all your dad material
Yeah.
about him dating a younger woman
Yeah.
and being a bad
he was there
father,
with that girl.
all that stuff. Wow.
But I've got the joke where I say, I hope they stay together, not because I like her. But I went, I hope they stay together because I missed out that, because that's too
I was
mean.
going to say, could you do it? Because it's really hard when the people are in the room to
Well-
get the words out properly.
I just ignored them.
Yeah.
But my dad's got a very big laugh.
I bet he fucking
So,
does.
yeah.
I bet you could hear it at the back of the assembly when you were
He
playing.
comes in, he's like,
children.
oh, what's this? Comedy? Oh, lovely. It's my son, you know.
does he laugh? Does he have an open mouth laugh?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're crazy then.
But
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was
Yeah, I wouldn't ever do that.
That's crazy.
It was good, but I said to the compere, don't speak to those people because if you do, it's going to come up. He's younger, and that's 10 minutes of my act done.
Yeah, that's
It's so funny. It's so funny after
Well
one
remembered.
compere, like this material could run out real quick.
Well, I told him,
my set, it's sitting right there. Okay.
I told him my dad was there, and he was like, I won't speak to him then. I could have done other stuff. It wouldn't have been as good. So that happened. And I did. I did one in did Deliso's tour in Bath, and I brought my dad.
You brought your dad along
For the whole day, like went for food and that, and I was like, "Fuck, this is gonna be a nightmare." Because Deliso doesn't drink, I don't drink. Dad obviously has a history of drinking issues. I thought he might get rid. And on Wednesday after the gig, he was so pissed. He kept going, "Mate, you were fucking brilliant." Oh, cheers, Dad. He goes, "But I tell you what you want to do." Slow down a bit. So shut up.
I can't understand with all this alcohol I'm drunk.
And he
Try and
goes,
slur your words a bit.
because I told him I was doing an hour, and I'm struggling to write the jokes. He goes, just speak a bit slower. I went, what? That wait, 30 minutes into
Turn that 10 minutes into fucking 45.
fucking Simon Lomas
That's
over
really
it.
funny.
So he just
my dad is... and all that.
and then he gave me this. He goes, there was one woman on, right? One woman, and she wasn't the best comic, but she was very new. I think been doing it probably like under a year. Doesn't do many gigs.
Yeah.
And my dad goes, he goes, see that woman there tonight? That is proof that women aren't funny.
Oh,
and I was
for
like,
God's sake.
And he goes, name me a funny woman. You can't, can you? And I named about 6 female comedians that I like straight off the bat. And he goes, yeah, name some more. I went, all right. And he goes, no, you can't, and just cut me off. Because what he does when he's pissed is he realises he makes a point and then he just says it until you go, fuck's sake, and agree with him because it's so boring.
Yeah.
But then
Classic drunk people move.
yeah.
It's the best way to win an argument, that I find, is to just insist that you're right. And then they go, you're not right. And you go, no, I am.
And
In
they
fact,
go,
actually,
"Believe
it reminds me a lot of a little somebody who we live with.
Oh.
Me?
Yeah, very much
You
reminds
think
me
I
of a
do
little-
that?
Oh, for sure.
Do I?
The other day, we were talking about, on this podcast, we were talking about hair loss medication. Did a
Yeah.
whole thing, and you went, no, I don't believe a word of that.
Yeah, but that.
I watched it back and was instantly angry. I thought, if you were in, I would have just gone in your room and punched you in the face.
Yeah, but that's not me saying I'm right. That's just me saying I don't think you're right.
Well, you know,
And most of the time, you're not right. So.
I'm pretty much right
No, you're
100%
not.
of the time. I think I've got a good track record of being...
I mean, there is
Awesome
always a
stuff.
risk that someone has sold you magic beans.
Yeah,
Like-
well, that's all right. Because when they throw them in the garden, we'll have a beanstalk. That was what that thing was all about. It was about how Jack, inadvertently, is awesome as fuck, right? So...
It's about a kid whose mum has tried to get rid of him
Right.
and sent him to buy something. He buys the wrong thing,
Yeah.
right?
Which we've
and then
all
he
done.
climbs a tree.
Yeah. All right. Actually, yeah. No, that is me, actually.
It's you.
He's bought magic beans and got up a tree.
Ethan and the Beanstalk. That's the legend.
Right.
To be
All
honest,
of
I do
these-
have some magic beans.
Yeah.
So if you want to
I'm trying to get rid of them. They're
Yeah.
a bit of a loss.
send me a text or something.
What's your
He
what's your
wraps
number?
them up in a pair of dirty socks.
All of these childhood stories, when you think about them, they're kind of fucked up, aren't they?
They are a bit fucked up. Which other ones can you think of? What about Hansel and Gretel? That's a fucked up. We was talking about how because I've got a proclivity. I might die in a horrific accident.
Hopefully.
And Evan was like, "Yeah, well, you can't do that in a bakery." And I was like, "Hansel and Gretel." The bitch fell straight in the oven.
Yeah.
in
Was
the
that a
oven.
bakery or was that like a giant's house?
Well,
or something?
it was like a witch
Who-
bakery, innit?
Was that where they
Yeah.
followed?
she
Was that
bakes
where they
her own
followed the?
furniture? That's what she does.
Was that where they followed the crumbs?
She wasn't like
Yeah.
she wasn't like selling bagels there. Though.
No, she wasn't selling bagels, but she was at least building cages out of pretzel sticks and that, and fucking.
Yeah, yeah. Reports
Crumbs.
vary, don't they?
They do,
Reports
they do vary, yeah.
of the quality of the witch bakery and what she had to offer. You know.
To be honest, if you're in a forest in Germany and you find a house made out of fucking gingerbread, go home. You know what I mean? You're in the wrong.
Call it a day.
Yeah, just fucking go home.
I feel
mate.
like that's normal though. I feel like that's what Germany's got.
Do you
You know what I
reckon?
mean?
I do
Outside of
wonder-
Berlin, that's what they've
I
got.
do wonder what they've got over there. I would like to go because they seem
I'm going in October.
they seem
come
a
with
bit
me.
whimsical. Yeah, I'll go. We'll do We'll do a Rent Boys on tour or something.
We got arrested for possession in Germany.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
One of you's got possessed by a ghost, and then
No, like of weed.
Oh right, okay, that makes
Yeah,
more
no,
sense.
you can't be arrested for being possessed by a ghost.
I
don't
feel
think
like
so.
that's the best thing to do with someone who's possessed.
Unless you
Get him in a
murder
cage.
people.
Yeah. Well, even if you're just convulsing, let's just, like.
How out of order would that be? Mind you, that's something they would do in ancient Germany, I feel like. He's got epilepsy. Arrest him.
Yeah, they would do that, definitely, for sure. Yeah.
So-
You ever been possessed, though?
Just by my love for you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's sweet.
Weird.
So
Don't say that again, never.
backtrack to what I was saying.
Yeah.
And so my dad came to the date in Bath, and he said to me, I was going to say to him, can you not drink? But we did a podcast in the day, and he was talking about how he's going to stop drinking. And then we had a very nice day, and he didn't drink anything. He just drank. We went to a bar and the venue, and he just had non-alcoholic beer.
Good.
Quite
He was
impressive.
probably having a bit of hand sanitizer in the toilet, so.
No, he wasn't, and he said it was good because what it was is even
Do you
though
not do that?
One for you, one for me.
This will keep the COVID-19 at bay.
Well, no, that's good that he didn't have a drink. No, that's
well, it was
good,
nice
yeah.
because even though Deliso is my good mate, there's still like he gives me a lot of work. So he could, if Dad had done something,
Yes.
he's on his best behaviour, so it's good. It was nice to hang out with him. Because normally I hang out with him and
How
something
bad
always
would
goes
your
wrong.
dad have to fuck up for Deliso
know.
not to book you anymore?
And also, he's a
or be
different
mates with you?
entity. I don't think that's how it works, is it? He's a different human
He'd have
being
to
than
be a
you are.
racial thing, wouldn't it? He'd have to come out with some weird racist thing.
And then you'd have to agree and both be wearing.
No, but I think me and
tattoos.
Deliso spoke about it, and he was like, you could tell your dad was trying to behave well because he knew it was a work. It's my workplace, really.
Yeah,
It's my workplace. Yeah,
It is.
Bath Rondo Theatre.
Yeah. How big was it?
Well, probably 80 there, probably.
Okay, that's good.
That's fine. Yeah, it's good.
It's a theatre.
Did some porn jokes and that.
Nice. I did 2 shows at Brighton Fringe. Total of 10 people attended. Split. Not the best split either, because 5 and 5 would have probably been better.
Yeah.
8 and 2.
Oh.
The best split.
Oh shit!
And the 2 who came, it was someone who comes to Swift Again. She was a very sweet girl. She came with her boyfriend, and they came to the 10 o'clock show. No one else came. And I couldn't even bear to ask people in the pub. At 10 o'clock, everyone's already kind of drunk. It's Wednesday, blah, blah, blah. No, Thursday. And so I did the show for 2 people. But I did it.
Was this where we did ours?
No, it's in a different place. Nice room, actually.
Man,
It was-
you've fallen. We sold ours out almost. No, we didn't.
No.
Well, it was about 20 of your friends.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't try and get my friends to come this
Because
time.
you
was
wanted
gonna
to
say,
see what
'cause-
would happen.
Yeah, I wanted to try and actually get other people. And the people who... One friend came. The first show with 8 people, one of my mates came, and another comedian came, who... That was a surprise. And the rest were people who'd...
Well, speaking of that, I'm returning to Leicester next week for another whip.
You're doing a whip in
Going
Leicester
back
again?
to the scene of the crime.
Back to the scene of crime. The trauma's coming up.
Do you want to come with you so that if you cry in the car on the way home, you don't have to do it on your own?
Can you come with me so that you can sit in the audience when no one comes?
I'm not doing that.
Oh, and then you can know the difference between Leicester and Lincoln.
Yeah, to be honest, they've got very similar letters in them.
I said, oh yeah, something about Leicester, and Ethan was like, oh yeah, I went there. Like they had just had a steampunk
They had a
festival. And they didn't have anything. I was like, what? I was
did.
like, that's Lincoln.
Yeah, it was a different place altogether. But tell you what, the steampunk was steampunking.
They were
had some mad
steampunking.
stuff. They had some cool fucking swords and that, and I was like, oh, I could buy a sword. But I was working at a festival, and I don't think they let you in the festival with a cavalry sword.
I don't
They'd be
know.
like, well, yeah, good
Never
point.
tried.
Well, I was in production. They probably
That's when you
would've
went
let me.
last year. Last year, yeah. Yeah, we went last
Yeah,
year.
Lost Village. Yeah, I'll probably do it again.
We didn't talk about that. I went to that steampunk festival as well because my parents live near Lincoln,
Oh,
and I
right.
went to visit them the
When
same
he was
as
there?
that,
It was
the
a
same
bit
weekend
much.
that festival was on.
So steampunk's great and all that. You know,
Is it?
It's the past, but it's the future, and
Yeah.
everyone smells a little bit like BO. That's what I found from it.
Yeah.
They've all got like fucking flintlock pistols and fake fucking
badges, medals.
Do you know what? Because you're looking at me with the world's blankest face.
Oh, there's no way he knows anything about this.
You ain't got a clue what steampunk is, do you?
No way he knows.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. So let me explain it to you in extreme detail.
Here we go. Ethan Smith steampunk explanation.
Right. So every now and then there's like don't do that. There's a genre of like things where it's like the past.
Right.
So they'll have like a train, a steam train. But then they'll have lasers on it. So that's pretty much steampunk.
I was wondering, I didn't know where you were going with that. But
Yeah.
it's a weird thing because it's not, there's no discipline to it. There's these get-togethers that they have, but there's no point to it. It's just people dress up as sci-fi, looks like the past, but it's actually the future. Steam train with lasers is, to be fair, perfect. You know, the big thing with steampunk is goggles.
Everyone's got goggles.
That's the
like
thing that
welding
everyone
goggles,
can buy.
As if everybody's like just welding in the future/past.
People are definitely welding in this
reckon?
world. Whatever the steampunk world is, there's welding going on left, right, and centre. Everybody's out. A world like this, on a sunny Sunday, everyone comes out like, you're right.
You can't get to fucking Asda without fucking getting blinded. You've got
Well, Asda's just sells welding equipment.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
And a couple of sandwiches. That's it.
Steampunk's crazy, man. I feel like we should get you dressed up in some steampunk.
No, it's just too
Yeah,
much.
I know
This
it's too much.
is too much for me. Even
What, just the conversation
Yeah.
about it. And that's what I love about Dom, is how uncomfortable we can make him about anything in this situation.
Anything that's outside of golf or comedy.
It's like,
What?
stop that. Stop it now.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
My
It's making me feel
observation
uncomfortable.
of the steampunk thing was that there's a lot of guys dressed as the dude from Jumanji.
Which
Kevin
Dom?
Hart.
Have you heard it?
No, original
You dickhead.
original Jumanji. Nobody looked like Kevin
like the
Hart at a
safari.
steampunk festival.
Yeah.
Safari hat.
They got a bit safari, yeah.
Blunderbuss. Not just a flintlock pistol, but a
Jesus.
blunderbuss.
Fucking hell, that's a big...
That's the big one with the wide scooped out end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wallace and Gromit, I think they got one in that.
I've got some stuff to say.
Yeah, okay, we're still going to talk about steampunk.
Is it a daily development, a gripe of the week, or a story
It
time
could be a
with Dom?
story time with Dom.
Well, you're really dominating this episode today, aren't you?
Yeah, because I'm Dom.
Story time with Dom.
Could change this theme tune. It's too long.
Hanson's words.
Okay, go on then, mate. You've taken the hat off.
I have, yeah.
This better be good.
Oh, fuck. That's a mark of disrespect.
Shut up.
So I've realised I not very good with, since being a newly single man.
Okay,
I don't think I'm very good with women.
we're getting into it. We're getting into
When
it.
I
Bro,
when
you
I
went on a course.
yeah, but I thought I was really good at it, but I was just good at speaking
You
to my
thought you were
ex-girlfriend.
really-
Well, yeah, I thought I was doing all right. But I just think I'm terrible at picking up signals with women. And I have an example of this.
Yeah, give us an example.
So a couple of years ago, actually, a few years ago, I was in London. Right, my dad had a place in Covent Garden,
oh wow.
so it was very convenient. And I went and
Perfect.
spoke to this lovely girl, which was
Lovely
in the
girl.
street. And but then she was like, "I've got a boyfriend." I was like, "Oh, no worries. I'm just going to go to Tesco." She was like, I'm going there too. I said, "All right, come with me." And then we were both like, "Oh, there's no good food here. Let's go to get like a Chinese pot of food." So we did that. What?
A Chinese pot of food. I've never heard anything referred to like that before.
What?
I want some food, but don't put it in a plate. Don't put it in a box. You put it in a Chinese pot. You better make sure that pot's as Chinese
food?
as they come.
It's sausage rolls, but the pot is Chinese.
Yes, totally. I want that to be made by the hands of tiny, sad children. That's what I want it to be.
They're like a pot of little takeaway food.
Yeah,
you know?
go on.
Okay, nice.
We got
So
it.
both went there, and then I was like, "All right, I'm gonna." My house was about a 10-minute walk from Leicester Square. So I was like, I'm gonna go back there now. She's like, "All right, I'll walk you back." I said, "All right, fine."
All right.
So she walks him back. We're chatting a bit, nice, and then I get to the door. I'm like, "All right, see you then," because I think she's got a boyfriend. And she's like, "No, I'll come up. I want to see the place." I was like, "All right, come up." And then she came up, and I still was under the impression that she had a boyfriend. I didn't want to do anything, so I just went, "Right." After about 10 minutes, I went, "All right, you better probably get going." And then she was like, oh, yeah, I probably should get out of your way. And I was like, yeah, all right, see you later. And then I spoke to a few people and they were like, mate, she wanted to fuck you. But then I spoke to a few girls and they were like, yeah, but obviously, you did the right thing because she had a boyfriend and that. But that's not the reason I did it. I just didn't know. If she had a family of 15, I would have.
I don't know how... if somebody wants to be around you, that's always a good sign.
Yeah.
If somebody volunteers to be around you for longer than 20 seconds, that's usually... I mean, I'm not saying shag everybody who's around you for longer than 20 seconds, but what I am saying is, that's usually a good way of picking up a signal.
I would say that the situation here is you weren't willing to spend time with this girl.
No, I just...
Because she had a boyfriend. Like, there was... Because she had a boyfriend, you were like, well... Okay, I'll walk to the shop with you, and that's it. Now, she may have been lying because you spoke to her randomly in the busiest and most dangerous, crazy part of London.
I thought that, but then
so she's going to say, "I've got a boyfriend," and perhaps she wants to. Yeah,
and
exactly.
Some pepper spray.
Yeah, I've got weaponry. But perhaps she was saying that, or maybe she was being honest. But you weren't. After that, you weren't willing to just spend time and talk to her.
No, I thought about that, but then even when we were in the flat, she was like, "Oh yeah, I watched this show with my boyfriend."
Yeah,
and I just thought it was weird that a girl with a boyfriend was in my flat.
Yeah, they do crazy things.
You could have just said ex-boyfriend, and then shagged her. That's how you should have done it.
What's that? You got an ex-boyfriend.
Don't know what that was.
Nope. We both said at the same time. That was good. Good podcast.
I reckon if we can find a few of them, we could make like a compilation.
They'll come.
Saying could do it. We could do it to like bum 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 bum, and we could do Sandman.
Yeah, that'd be jokes. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I could do that probably. If I get a laptop that works, yeah, sure, I could.
I
Probably
love how
do
you
that.
will not consider just editing the podcast normally, which would be so much easier than that. You're like, I think I'll make the Sandman comp. I could do that.
That'd be easy. Pitch it up and that.
Climb up a tree.
You
Bring
have
a
to
laptop.
watch like all of the podcasts just to wait for the ums.
I'd have to watch every single podcast.
It wouldn't take very long. There's a lot of ums. So yeah, I've realised. Not great with women, but that's all right, isn't it? I think.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do? Are you going to do anything about it? Is there any plan to change the way that you approach things with women?
Well, I did it. I spoke to someone recently, and they said they thought a girl was interested in me because they saw us talk, and I was just like, all right, see you then. And then they said that you should like when you're, it's because I've just come out of a relationship. When you're single, you just take more risks and chances. Being like, do you want to come out for a drink? Because I'm not used to not doing that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, you can't expect to just immediately be killing it with women.
You can't expect that.
Very much you can't.
Top G over here. Andrew
God,
Tate.
Top G over here. Mr. Lothario.
We had a little chat about it the other day, actually. I think he's done in his top G phase now.
Yeah. I think people go for a blowout and then return back to normal. I think you go for a bit of mania in life and then just return. And I think that's healthy. I think that's healthy to just have a little bit of time when you go, fuck this. Just gonna do whatever I want.
Because we were concerned you were gonna. Well, I told you we were concerned you were gonna ruin your life. But
Well,
you seem to be doing all right
should
now.
we get a deli development going?
Oh yeah.
Go.
Quit my job at the Barbican.
At the deli.
I'm not there anymore. Oh yeah, shit. The place that we don't mention the name of. We've quit there.
Well, you don't work there anymore now.
Oh yeah, fuck them. Fuck you fucking wankers. No, I actually really like a lot of the people who work there. It's just the management and the customers. I really hate the customers.
Yeah, you've said before.
And also the lack of flexibility. But I did like stealing shit from there. That was good. I can say that out loud now, can't I?
Where are we going to get all our bagels?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I missed the bagels already.
I know, but I could probably still sort out some bagels. I reckon I can
What do
get
you
a
mean?
backdoor bagel man. Because it's not like I've pissed off everybody there. It's just the people who wouldn't have give you bagels anyway.
You could
know?
get your friends
Yeah.
to bring you bagels.
Yeah, we could probably get some
So you got a bagel crew.
I've heard some reparations have already been paid forward. That's what I've heard.
What does that mean?
You know.
Bagel reparations.
Some bagel reparations have already been paid in my absence. So that's what I've heard.
I still don't understand.
I don't quite know what he's getting at with bagel reparations being paid either. 'Cause
Well, listen.
Our reparations paid. Reparations, do you mean there's bagels due to you?
Well,
After
due to
400
me,
years of bagel slavery.
Just due to anybody who was affected by, the
tragedy of Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not working there anymore, and I'm feeling so much better for it. Straight away, I just felt good. I decided to quit in dramatic fashion by just losing my mobile phone. I don't think anybody even knows I don't work
Well, and you
there
just
anymore.
didn't go back in.
Yeah, I just don't think anybody. I think they're probably still expecting me in on Monday.
No, so it was just a vanishing more than anything.
Yeah. I think that's the coolest way to quit a place.
Yeah.
Is to just be like, gone.
They might have a picture of you
But
on the wall.
I thought you said you.
Died like a mural, like my car.
I thought you said when you quit, you wanted to have a go at the manager.
I did, yeah, I know, but then actually I thought, it's just quite scary. I don't know if I'll do that now.
You're probably going to do it, and then.
Yeah, but now you've said it, that feels like a little bit of a. Maybe I have to, but then again, she's an old lady.
Well, you're
She'll
probably
die
going.
soon.
You're probably going to do it, and they'll go right, starting again, and then you'll end up working there again.
Yeah, that could happen.
You end up with a slicer in your hand, and you're like, oh, shit, I'm doing salami again.
Sorry, guys. I am a little bit gutted. I can't go in there and buy stuff, but everything was wildly overpriced, and they had a lot of mice.
Really?
Tons of mice. I think that's where the mice in the house came from. I think they might have...
They were coming back in
They
your backpack.
followed you.
I think they piggybacked, like a Pied Piper situation. Let's go to Ethan's house now. Yeah. Let's play FIFA with Dom. And that's why I was alright with the mice as well, because, one mouse at home versus a fucking maybe not haram.
A haram of mice.
Nobody was fucking the mice.
Did you check?
Hopefully not. But they'd come out at break time and stuff. If you sat still enough, they'd come and say hi to you in the bakery.
Diet.
That's awful.
Yeah. It probably should be shut down, that place.
You're looking in the camera like, anyone got any power, sway? I mean, they shut down Miami Crispy.
They did shut down Miami Crispy.
Yeah, someone.
The rumours were crazy about that.
Yeah, what?
It turns out planning permission. That's what
Yeah, it was just planning
It was like,
permission.
someone got murdered and put into the chicken burgers. They were like putting out the maddest fucking...
I don't think it was actually necessarily that they were in violation of the planning permission. I think that somebody wanted to find a loophole to get them,
to get rid of them.
because it was just so mad there with all the people parking on the street. Or maybe it was the fact that they knew they were going to get people parking and they didn't prepare for that. But whatever it is,
They
it's
must have
closed
lost
until
so
July.
much money, though. Oh, they're opening in July.
They knew what they were doing. That was a quick hit. That was like a heist.
Well, you reckon they came in, made a fuckload of money,
And then
now
got
they're
out
off.
there 100%. Why do you think it was cash only?
I wonder what they were making a day.
I don't know.
Surely an insane, because it was never.
I don't know, a couple
You could
grand.
never get. You could never
2-3
go in.
grand.
You could never go in there and
Something.
go, I'll grab a quick burger. You go in there and I've got to join this 10-person queue.
That's not true.
It is.
That's not true. It just depends what time you went.
A lot of the time it was busy. It was busy.
It was
than your
busy,
average
like
chicken bar.
after 4.
Yeah.
You go there for a midday snack.
It's not open in the day, is it?
Yeah. So
During
12
Ramadan, it was
hours.
all right during the day.
Yeah.
You could pop up.
Strange time for them to open, knowing their client base.
Yeah, but then you know that everybody's bare hungry at the end of the day, and they don't want to wait around for chickpeas and all the regular iftar business. Just go to Miami Crispy and get yourself spiciest boy ever.
Crisp
And you can
up.
time it, so you get your. I don't think it's haram to get your ticket
before
the sun comes down, so you can get it, and you're like, number 42 comes down. You're like, let's go.
Let's get it.
Is that what it is? It's not a specific time. It's when the sun goes down.
Yeah. So I think they're a lunar. They're a lunar.
Well,
Something about the moon. It's something about the moon. I know that the festival, or what would you call it? Celebration.
Yeah, festival.
It's moon related.
Well, the
So-
time that it is in the year it depends on the lunar calendar, so that's why it's a different time every year.
Does that
Maybe
mean
we
that-
shouldn't. We're not the authority on this. We should Google stuff.
I
before we say
think
it.
it's okay to
Guess.
some people
Just guess.
to guess.
Does that mean in other countries they would eat for less? They would eat even later because the sun goes down later.
That's not how the sun works, though. I don't think it like.
Well, if it's more sunny, the sun takes.
Yeah,
longer
it
to go.
does. Yeah, I don't know how it works if you're in Norway, but I mean,
Like in Egypt, I've spoken to people that do it in Egypt. They must not eat for ages.
What you on about though? Because
So
it's not
sunny.
like the sun. It's not like the sun. It's not like the nighttime shorter, is it?
Well, the
Egypt
sun's
should
out
be-
longer.
It depends what time of the year it is, and Egypt should be pretty consistent throughout the year because it's closer to the equator. That way that
Well, they're
it doesn't
sunny all the
affect
time,
it as
aren't they?
much. Yeah, hot. Yeah, but just because. Anyway,
The geography.
this is a new section where we just guess at cultural.
Do you know what I
events
do like
and
that as
history.
a thing? Is like
Have you got a theme
we ain't
tune
got
for
real
that?
facts.
What?
Have we got a theme tune for that?
What for Cultural Awareness Day?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
Oh, right.
3 white guys guessing things about other cultures.
I like that. I think we should definitely do that. I got a complaint / compliment.
All right, okay, that's usually not two things that go in the same.
Well, that's it. Somebody who's listening to the podcast
What's
said
happened
to me,
is that's a complaint, but you're such a egotistical man that you've taken it as a compliment.
I'll run it past you, but fair play, because that could be me. They said, "Hey, I've been listening to the podcast. Can you change the Gripe of the Week theme tune because it's too catchy?" And I'm
really?
singing it.
Did
I
they
find
say that?
myself singing it day
Wow.
to day.
That's nice.
So you know what I mean?
Can't change it though.
No, I'm not
That's
going to change
ridiculous.
it. No, of course not.
That's like going your song's too much of a hit.
That's
Yeah.
what I
Take it
always
down.
get. That's why I haven't done
But you've
well.
never released a song.
Because people are like, your songs are too much of a hit. They can't be
the
released.
camera release.
It's
You
taken
can't-
over. It's taken over my
no,
life.
It might,
Yeah.
it might start like a political revolution. You know how sometimes songs start like political uprisings. No, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could, what blowing in the wind.
Yeah, blowing in the wind. Exactly. I'm
Use that
basically
as
Bob
like-
Dylan.
Yeah.
Hey,
We'll have marches.
Gripe of the Week.
They'll be like, gripe of the week.
Gripe
We
of
don't
the
want to
week.
work 9 to 5 anymore.
I've also got, this is not a listener question, but it is a bit of listener feedback. that I
Sorry, hang
got.
on. Did anyone listen? Did you listen to the Baby Reindeer interview
Oh, with the
with
Piers
the
Morgan
real woman
one?
and Piers Morgan?
I did, yeah.
I did as
What
well.
did you reckon? You haven't watched the show though.
All right, so watch,
Fucking watch the show,
I'm
mate.
not watching the show. I know what happens in it.
You keep going this fucking Baby Reindeer stuff. You haven't watched it.
Yeah, I know. Because I don't
Sit
need to.
down, dedicate 6 episodes of your life
No.
to it.
It's been summarised in great detail.
Go on then, summarise it to me.
Right, he's a reindeer or something, and he works in a pub. Right, she's fat.
She's Santa.
Yeah, so
He's a
she
reindeer.
comes in. She goes, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you fuck my ass tonight? And then they go. They do sex time.
No, they don't.
They don't do sex time. But then she's like, oh, fucking, I'm going to
Sex
to all your
time.
stuff and chill outside.
How
your
have you had
house.
sex?
This is
They
summary.
do sex time.
This is a summary. Anyway, worst comes to worst. He gets molested. Show ends.
No, it's not true.
Is that not?
Such a,
this
such
is how
a
it
terrible summary. No, it's not. I've watched it. You haven't. Don't tell me what has
happened.
happened.
What are you on about? This is it.
No, it's not.
Read the
I've seen.
synopsis.
I've
This is
seen
it.
it. No.
Yeah, you don't get it because you came up to me and were like, you know what, like, been doing stand up and like loads of girls are like liking me after it. I think it's this Baby Reindeer, like they see it
I reckon. Yeah.
and it's like the same.
2 shit comics.
Yeah, I reckon.
With props.
To be honest, no, I do. I don't bring props anymore. Right, I'm past that.
The mash days are over.
The mash days are over, and you missed it.
I can't believe. Honestly, you give Ethan all this. Sit down with Ethan. Give him advice. He goes, yeah. I'm just act on that. I'll start writing material. Start applying to gigs. The next gig you see him, he's gone. I'm going to take some fucking mashed potato. Oh, it's like, fuck's sake. Fucking give up.
Listen, it's a creative process. I don't get to decide what comes out of this.
Yes, you do.
It just that's probably true. But
You're the only person that decides. what
well,
comes-
you know, I think the thing with stand up is you've got to find your own way, haven't you? There's no one block that fits the whole.
no
you
one
know,
potato.
you can't just hammer a square peg into a round hole.
Well, at least you stop doing that now. So,
Jerry Seinfeld, ladies and gentlemen.
are
So
you kidding me?
we'll close the episode with this.
Hmm.
It's not a listener question, but it's some feedback. So someone who I know I haven't seen for a long time. I'll just say her name's Carla.
Why can't we just lie and say it's a listener question?
Because I just didn't want to
Because
do
that's
that.
going to influence listeners to
It's
send
not
in
like
listener.
we've spent 20 episodes lying
It's gonna
about
feel
listener
like-
questions or anything.
It's going to feel like that. It's going to feel like a lie already as soon as I read it. I just wanted to let you know I've been listening to Rent Boys and crying with laughter.
Yeah, it does sound like a lie.
You three put together is magical. I especially like episode 8, especially your input on that one. That's to me for my input.
Oh, fuck
What
off,
was episode
Carla.
8 about?
I don't remember. I've been painting and decorating at this house for my dad, so I feel I've completed all the podcasts and audiobooks. When I came across yours, it really made my day. So I suppose what I'm trying to say is thanks.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Why is she so well written?
Because my friends are nice people.
He's got an English degree now.
It's not like Dom, whose only friends are his butlers and that.
And his dad.
And you, who's got some mate called like One-Legged Sam who sells PCP out of the back of
Dale,
the...
and he's got a brain tumor.
Well, have you know, I've got quite a diverse lineup of friends. One of my friends is a professional golfer. Another one's a monk.
Right, stop bragging, mate.
And I'd say Beck's my mate. He's disabled, isn't he? So.
Okay. Any more?
Let's talk about that more. That's beautiful.
That wasn't a question.
No, I said it wasn't a question.
No, you
it was a
It was just a
feedback.
statement.
Yeah. It was a statement.
Right, well, there's a good review for us.
We don't have any questions.
Take
We'll put that
to
on the
heart.
poster. Thanks.
Yeah, we'll put. We're putting that on the Rent Boys poster.
Yeah.
Episode 8 was pretty good, especially Alex's.
No, especially your input. That's what I said.
What's funny is that a couple of people I know are like, oh yeah, I'm listening from the beginning. I'm like, what are you doing that for? Like it's no episodic like narrative.
No,
or
there
anything.
is.
To be
There
honest,
is.
there might be a through line. There might be a bit
Yeah,
of a
to
through
be
line.
fair, there probably
Ethan's
is.
life.
Yeah.
Developing and then
Ethan
going
did.
back again.
not going back
Oh my god! Don't tell me! Don't spoil it. Did he quit the deli or not?
Did he find a job?
No.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm back on the trees. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, getting up the trees. Yeah,
Back
can't
on the
wait to see
trees.
that.
Yeah, no, I'm having it mixed with some unsavoury sorts, though.
Yeah. Old fucking one-hand Mark.
Yeah, I don't know. Just tree surgeons, they attract the weirdest
Is there a lot
people.
of slurs going around that side?
Not more than usual.
Up the tree, just
How much is
shouting
usual?
down slurs.
Just a few, and then. But I've got Dale. He's got loads going on, but he's taken to sticking his head out of the car window and shouting at roadworks.
Shouting what?
Just shouting. What the fuck are you digging up the road for? You cunts! You just keep shouting stuff.
What are you digging up the road for?
Yeah.
As if they're just doing it for a laugh.
Yeah, exactly. No, he's almost like a dog. When it starts barking at something, and you're like, calm down, and he's like, So anyway, it takes us ages to get anywhere.
Brilliant.
All right.
Well, that has been the Rent Boys podcast. Please like and subscribe. Oh, one more thing. I was talking to my friend and they were like,
How many friends have you got?
I've got tons. And they were like, I was describing who I do this podcast with.
other
And they were
day-
like, which one's the short guy? I was like, neither of them are really short. Oh, you're talking about Dom because he sits in the middle and
Yeah.
I look so massive next to you that you look like a really short dude.
Did they say anything else about me?
No.
Oh. Okay. For real.
Anyway, we're going to say goodbye. Please like and subscribe, share the show, and give us a listener question because we clearly have run out. We've just got compliments now.
Yeah. That's all right. They're good too.
So the rent is now due, and take care. Big cocks in your ass about the out.
See you later, Chris.